Now, what offends me the most about 2K this year is the perimeter defense. Defense in general, but especially the perimeter defense, right? It's the most offensive garbage part of this game, especially if you have a smaller player, right? Even if you're guarding a smaller player. But because what happens is that they force you to play to the strengths of whoever you're guarding, right? So right here, right, and they're basically meaning that they force you to loosen up on whoever you're trying to hold. If they're going for a drive or if they're at the three, they force you to kind of ease up off of them or to give them a lane. So right here, you got Henderson. Now you see what he just did right there. You see how fast my man, he jerks to the left. Like, it didn't even make sense. It was like a glitch to the left, right? I'm not personally moving with the joystick, right? But I'm trying to, just stay in front of him, stick to him. But then he goes for this little crossover, and they force my man to totally get out of his way. See what I'm saying? So now what? He has the lane. Once again, just me guarding him. I just want to stay right here in front of him. I already know what he wants. So, there's no need for me to get to moving around or whatever. But once he goes for that move, the game forces me to step out of his way, right, and give him an opening. So now I want to get back in front of him. But the game, once again, this is the game controlling your defensive mechanics, right? So you might want to slide over and just totally get in front of him and try to cut him off, right? But the game, when you attempt to do that, the game is going to see to it that you side rail him and no homo, and force him or allow him a little leverage, a little lane to the basket. So once again, look at this right here. As I'm moving over, now you see the animation starts, right? The animation triggers right there where he puts out his right hand and put it on his shoulder or puts it on his arm, where in reality, what I want to do is I want to get in front of them. Now, sometimes they would allow you to get in front of them, but oftentimes, if the game has the narrative baked into the algorithm already, you're going to be forced into not, getting in front of him totally. You're going to be forced to giving him some sort of lane. And now, once he decides that he wants to take off, even though you might be pushing still to try to get in front of him, they're going to force you into this animation, basically a can animation, where you wrap around his back end, no homo. Basically meaning that you have no chance whatsoever at stopping him from scoring right here, because it's canned or it's baked into the algorithm right here in this moment that he's going to get this bucket. So he's getting this bucket. Like, it's nothing much that you could do about it at all, and it's all predetermined. It's all scripted into the narrative, or at least the narrative of that particular moment. So there's nothing that could be done. Basically meaning that your actual ability to guard someone or to read the court, read the offense, the game does not really care that much about it. It cares more about the narrative that they want to push. So you may have the reaction time and the intelligence to go, all right, I know what I want to do right here. But if the game is saying, nah, that's not really what's going to go down, you're not going to be allowed to get in certain spots or to get in certain crevices on the court if there is a narrative already baked into that situation in particular, right? So they're controlling and they're checking and balancing and controlling, manipulating or forcing certain outcomes to happen. Where if they just allowed the game to play out naturally, something totally different would have went down, right? But that'll do it for this video. Peace.